Hi everyone, it's Miss Hilary from Room 11, New Ken and Pre-K Counts. And today I have several fun science activities for you since we have been talking about shapes and colors. And um, I have my mask off right now because I'm in a room by myself. So I do have it here. This is me with my mask on. I'm going to take it off so that you can hear me better. And what I would like for you to do is to put your crayons back out on the table if you have crayons handy. And I brought my crayons back with me that we talked about the other day after the crayon box that talked, because we are going to mix and match and try to make some of our own colors today. Now in front of me here, I have an ice cube tray, and this is something that you can do at home if you have food coloring, if you have water and an ice cube tray, or even just a container. If you have a turkey baster, I have a little eyedropper here, but turkey basters are great for those fine motor skills for our little friends to squeeze the water in, and you can use bigger containers. I am also going to share with you in your take-home packet, this is the experimenting with colors, the turkey baster mixing activity. So I'm going to show you what to do today, but this is something really fun that you can have your kiddos do at a table or even outside on these nice days. And they can explore these colors on their own. So in my ice cube tray here, I have 3 colors. I have 1, 2, 3. And can you tell me what colors I have here? When I point to them, can you tell me what color that looks like to you? There's red. What's this color? Yellow and blue. These 3 colors are called primary colors, and these 3 colors are what we can mix together to get lots of other colors. So in some of my other ice cube trays here, or ice cube spots, I have some clear water, and clear is something that we can see through. We had talked about it the other day. It's invisible, and when we add something to it, such as my food coloring, we can make different colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix and match our colors together. And then after we're done with our activity, you can go home, or I'm sorry, you're already at home. You can do this with your family. And this reminds me sometimes of spring whenever we color eggs. So what I'm going to do is you're not going to see my face the whole time because I'm going to flip my computer forward so that you can see the colors better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with red, and I'm going to get a little bit of red. Now, if you don't have something like this at home, you can use a spoon. You could use a cup and dump it in a cup and mix and match into a cup. I'm going to dump a little bit of red right next to the red that I already have. What's happening when I add red? It's turning a little bit lighter red. So I started with red, and now I'm going to put a little bit of yellow into the red. A little bit more yellow in there. And then I'm going to stir and mix it all up. If you look carefully, I put a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow. What color did that make? What color is that? That's orange. The other day we made a painting where we painted with our hand, where we made yellow and red and it created orange. So I made orange right here in my ice cube tray. So out of 2 colors, I made a 3rd color. Now we have 1, 2, 3 colors. Which color should we try next? Let's try yellow. We're going to put a little bit of yellow over here. And it's a lighter yellow than we see over here in this rectangle. I'm just over here, I'm just rinsing out my dropper so that it doesn't mix the colors inside of it. We have a little bit of yellow. And next I'm going to choose some blue. I'm going to put a little bit of blue and stir it around. A little bit more in there. So I started with yellow, and then I added some blue. What color did that make? Can you see it there? I'll add a little bit more so it's easy to see. It made green. Blue and yellow made green. Now my friends here at school, they mixed a bunch of different colors today, and it's fun to mix and match all of the colors. I'm going to make one more color with you, and then I would love for you to try this activity at home and send some of the colors that you made for us here at Seton Hill to see. I'm going to try one more mix. I have red. I'm going to put some red over here. 2 drops of red, 1, 2. And then after I use red, I'm going to try some blue. And if you know Miss Hilary, you know I love the color that this just made. What color does that look like to you, friends? Purple, my favorite. And like I said, for the parents at home too, the kiddos can mix and match, and you can even freeze these into ice cubes and then put a blue and a yellow ice cube in a cup of warm water and watch it slowly turn green. Or maybe a red and a yellow ice cube. And what color will that turn, friends? Orange. Okay, friends, thank you so much for mixing and matching colors with me today. I have one other activity that you can do at home, and it's also sort of a science experiment, something that not all of us know about. And with me today, I have 2 different kinds of fruits. I'm going to give you some clues and see if you can guess what fruits I have with me today. I have 2 different types of fruits. One is red, and it's sort of round, but sort of heart-shaped. It grows in trees, and it's crunchy. Whenever you take a bite into it, it has a crunch. Sometimes it can be sour. Sometimes it can be sweet. Sometimes it can even be green or yellow, but today mine is red. Does anyone have a guess as to what fruit I might be talking about? Strawberries are red, but they don't grow in trees. Let's think. That's it. It's an apple. I have an apple with me today. This is a red, delicious apple. And what I did was, with an adult's help, I sliced the apple into 3 pieces because I want to show you something really special on the inside of this apple. Usually, whenever you eat an apple, it's cut down the middle this way, vertically. And we cut it open and we slice it and we scoop out the seeds. Sometimes you might have one of those apple slicers that goes down and a parent helps you to cut your slices. But I cut my apple this way today because I wanted to show you a surprise on the inside of this apple. See how it's shiny and red? It still has its stem. Whenever I open the apple, I see something inside, something really special that you might not realize was in there. So as I open up my apple, I want you to look very carefully at the inside. There's one over here and there's one over here. If you look very carefully, you can see a shape right in the middle. It has 5 points where the 5 seeds are. Can you count the 5 points with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What shape is this, friends? If you said a star, you are correct. There's a little star on the inside of your apple. Did you ever see that before? If you let your apple dry a little bit, you can put paint on the apple, and you can make apple stamps with this star. It almost looks like something else that we can find at the ocean. It's either a star, we could find a starfish, or sometimes you might see a sand dollar with a star in the middle of it. But an apple is not the only fruit that has a little star. No, it's not. There's another fruit that I can think of that has a star. And this fruit is a sphere. It's very curvy and round. It has bumps on the outside. It's very sweet, and it also grows in a tree. This fruit is the color orange. Does anyone have a guess what it is? That last clue might have given it away. It is an orange. And again, with an adult's help, I have my sphere, and it's cut into 2. See all the bumps on it? Oh, one of the seeds escaped. One of the seeds came out of it. And when I open up my orange, there's another little star in the middle. You can see the fruit with all of its segments. And there's a little star in the middle of there too. Did you ever know there was a star inside of your orange? That might be something new. Now, I have my apple and my orange with me. And since I already have it cut up, and right now I'm not eating it because I have my hands all over it and I'm using it for a science experiment. So I'm not going to eat this, but I wanted to find a way to not waste it. So what I was going to show you is you can also make a puzzle out of your apple and your orange. And you can even make a pattern with it. So what I have is my orange and my apple. And I can stack them to make an apple orange puzzle, or I could put the orange together like this. And you can also use this with paint, moms and dads and families. You can put some paint on there and have the kiddos stamp it. Okay, I am going to pause my video for a minute to get cleaned up before our next activity. Okay, friends, I'm back. And what I have with me today also is a square. And you might have listened to the story, The Perfect Square. But if you haven't listened to it yet on YouTube, I would like you to pause the video and go and listen to it. But this is a perfect square here. And what we're going to do with this square is totally up to you. We're going to take this square and we're going to turn it into something creative, which means you get to choose what it is and you get to make whatever you want out of it. So I used my art kit from that you got from Seton Hill. And I took some things out of my art kit that I wanted to use. And you can take anything that you want out of your art kit. I picked a clothespin. I picked a pipe cleaner. I picked a paint stick, the orange paint stick, and some eyes. And then I also have some stickers. So I'm going to, while I talk to you about this, we're going to take apart our square and turn it into something else. You can leave it as a square if you want to. I also have scissors with me that I'm going to use very carefully. You have scissors in your box as well. Mine are big because I'm an adult, but you're going to use your scissors, and we're going to turn this into something else with our creative minds. And you can use anything you want. You can color on it. You can make a design on it. You can put your name on it. So I'm going to get started with this square, and I'm going to turn it into something. When I cut it down the middle, I noticed it turned into, it's not a square anymore. What shape did it turn into? Turn into triangles. Turn into 2 triangles. What might I do next? I think I'm going to try to cut it again this way. 2 triangles there. This time I think I'm going to cut it this way. I have pipe cleaner. What are some things we could do with a pipe cleaner? You can make letters out of it. The letter Z. You can twirl it on your finger, make it into sort of a curl or a spring. I think I'm going to, it has a little bit of a sharp end on it, so you have to be careful with it. I think I'm going to put mine through the paper. I think I'm going to try to turn mine into a bracelet. Let's see. This is a little bit too big, so I'm going to cut it some more. Put it on my bracelet. Connect it. See if it fits on my wrist. It does. Fits on my wrist. Now let's see, I have some paint here. You want to make sure you're using a table or some kind of a tray, because this is a little bit wetted. It just takes a little bit of time to dry, but I'm going to put some polka dots on my, some polka dots on there. What else do I have in my art kit that I can use? Oh, I have some eyes. Remember we had those color monsters last week. Maybe I'll turn these into some purple color monsters. That one looks pretty happy. Oh, this one here, I think I'm going to make this one. This guy looks a little bit tired. See how he has tired eyes? You don't have to use everything. You can change your mind. See, I started out with a square shape. Does this look like a square anymore, friends? No, it doesn't. It looks like something completely different. We started with a perfect square, and I got a bracelet. Can you send me a picture of what you made out of your perfect square? It was great spending time with everybody today, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye.